Our top story, the UN Security Council has met to discuss the role of NATO airstrikes during last year's military intervention in Libya that toppled the Gaddafi regime. The U.S. has said no international laws were broken and the alliance cooperated fully with subsequent investigations. This as tribal leaders in eastern Libya have declared partial autonomy. The country's National Transitional Council described it as a dangerous move that could break up the nation. For more on this, we go live to RT's Marina Portnaya, live for us in New York. So, Marina, can you tell us what's been going on at the UN?
Well, currently at the United Nations Security Council, members are debating the circumstance of Libya at the present moment, but also referencing a new report that was quietly released by the United Nations on Friday. That report was an investigation that found, in part, that NATO has not sufficiently investigated the air raids it conducted on Libya in 2011 that killed at least 60 civilians and injured at least 55 more people. This coming from a report that was posted on the website of the United Nations Human Rights Council on Friday. Now, despite the findings of this 220-page report, NATO officials have refused so far to further investigate the fatalities or the casualties that this report was referring to. Now, in 2011, the air raids carried out by the military alliance has been repeatedly criticized by rights groups as well as other countries such as Russia, China, and India. But this is the first time that NATO has been criticized under the auspices of the United Nations. This report was brought up as Security Council members addressed the situation in Libya. Now, the Russian ambassador to the United Nations, Vitaly Churkin, also went on to say that because lack of order has been going on in Libya. Order has not yet been established nearly or more than a year after NATO carried out its airstrikes to allegedly bring a more peaceful and secure circumstance to Libya. The situation is still very dangerous. Here's a little bit more of what Ambassador Churkin had to say.
We have expressed concern about the uncontrolled proliferation of Libyan arms in the region. However, it is not just the weapons that are going abroad. We have received information that in Libya, with the support from the authorities, there is a special training center for the Syrian revolutionaries, and that people are sent to Syria to attack the legal government. This is completely unacceptable according to all legal basis. This activity undermines the stability in the Middle East. We think that Al-Qaeda is in Syria, and therefore there is an issue. Is transporting the revolution now turning into transporting of terrorism?
Now, in the aftermath of what happened in Libya specifically, the military intervention conducted by the U.S. and its Western allies, in the aftermath of that, Russia and China has not supported any type of international intervention into Syria, citing that they do not want to see Syria turn into a Libya 2.0. And with that, that's why Russia and China have used their veto powers on two separate occasions to block resolutions proposed by the U.S. and its Western allies and sub-Arab states that would call for more international involvement into Syria. The Russian ambassador, Vitaly Churkin, says that the sovereignty of every country needs to be respected, even in the circumstance of Syria. And, of course, dialogue is the best approach. Diplomatic tactics would be the best approach in dealing with Syria, because in the aftermath of what happened in Libya 1 year later, the situation on the ground, many critics say, is not safer by any means.
All right, RT's Marina Portnaya live for us in New York. Thanks very much for that update.